I hope you have unlimited text messaging. By Miss Carr. Chapter 121. Conversation 69. Almost there. HSBF. Do you ever want to know why the woman at the front desk is completely convinced that I'm Chris Evans checking into the hotel under a fake name? HSBF. Also, why does no one realize that your real name is Anthony Carbonell? Did you get to go to classes at MIT under that name? Me. I don't even think most people know Mom's maiden name or how paranoid Howard was. Or the fact that that was the name I used when I was at Smart Kid boarding school and MIT. Me. Most people thought I was in Harvard for the first 2 months until Obadiah said something to the press. I really should have realized he was a lying bastard right then and there. HSBF. That still doesn't explain the Chris Evans thing. Me. Well, honey, bunches of muscles, you really look like Chris Evans right now because he's growing a beard for a part. Like you could be his twin. So let us just let Ross and everyone else think that for a moment. HSBF. Isn't he concerned with trying to rebuild his image? Me. And packing. Mostly packing. It's hard to rebuild his image considering everything he's done. And I say this as somebody who's bounced back from murder bots. HSBF. So why are you worried about him? Me. Okay, I'm more concerned with Senator Hateful and General Hale. There's still rumors about Hale possibly succeeding Ross if you know who wins the election. I think she hates you, so that's something I'm hoping to avoid. Monkey Lover really dislikes her for some reason. He thinks she's secret evil and is trying to prove it. HSBF. I'm not surprised. Me. So what do you think of the rooms? How are the views? HSBF. It's really nice, but you didn't need to rent out an entire floor. You definitely did not have to give the counselor an entire spa day. Me. Of course I did. Even 5-star hotels have thin walls. Also, there are only 4 suites on that floor. One is ours. One belongs to your living counselor, one room is for Happy, and the other suite is for Agents Piper and Davis to share. HSBF. What happened to Yo-Yo? I thought she was coming with you. Me. She was, until various members of the Aryan Brotherhood were made extra crispy by the writer of East LA yesterday. Your ex-girlfriend flew out there last night to help with the investigation. HSBF. So this vigilante is still going after bad people? Me. That may be connected to the watchdogs, which is why Agent America was called in. Which is fine because the BFF already said no. HSBF. The director wouldn't let you come along? Me. Nope, and apparently he's been collaborating with Pepper Pot. And they feel like Happy and I need to work on our feelings, which is why he was on my private jet when we left Manhattan last night. HSBF. How did the flight go? Me. Happy didn't try to convince me to beg Pepper for forgiveness. Or to take me back. HSBF. That's good. Me. Even though the moron dumped Pepper for somebody from the Hunger Games or some other young adult franchise. I'm not sure which. I had a little rage blackout while I was talking to Pepper. HSBF. That's not good. Me. No worries. I'm sure he'll be spending quality time in a congressional hearing about customer privacy by the end of the month. HSBF. It's the beginning of November. Me. That gives me plenty of time to enact my revenge. Don't say anything about the breakup. It hasn't made it to the press yet because Jane is still trying to figure out a way to make Robert come out like the asshole that he is without damaging Pepper because our society is sexist as hell. It's always the woman's fault. HSBF. So did you talk to Happy at all on the flight here? Me. I slept a lot and maybe answered a few emails. Even though Mary set up a few meetings for me while I'm here, I prefer not to have to look at my work email again until Monday at the earliest. HSBF. Understandable. Why have Agents Davis and Piper come with you? They're not here to arrest me on your best friend's behalf. Me. No. Actually, they're here because somebody has to make sure Happy doesn't try to punch you. Not that it would hurt you. Me. Okay, they're also here to make sure I don't punch him. It was a very near thing on the plane. HSBF. I feel like something else happened on the plane here. Me. Happy still doesn't like you. I think he's convinced himself that if you weren't around, Pepper and I would have gotten back together, despite the fact that none of the reasons why we broke up in the first place have been resolved. When we were both with other people, he was backing down. But now that she's single again, I feel like all bets are off. HSBF. Have you explained to him that you feel you're better off as friends because you both want different things? Mainly, she wants you to stop risking your life, and you're never going to want to stop saving people. Me. Yes. HSBF. Apart from the letter. Me. No. You know me way too well. HSBF. Now I do because you actually tell me stuff. Me. Trust me. I wish I could have brought Coulson instead. Especially because things are so tense between him and Purple Arrow. However, the unofficial historian of S.H.I.E.L.D. needs to give a guided tour of the base to several senators sometime next week to secure funding for new S.H.I.E.L.D., since seizing assets from Hydra just won't work anymore. HSBF. That doesn't seem like fun. HSBF. I mean, that having to do with senators thing. Me. Of course, especially because it's going to be the day after Election Day. HSBF. This may not go well. Me. Totally an understatement. It's probably going to be a disaster, but I hope to be lying in bed beside you at that point. HSBF. Where are you? I assume you're not calling me in flight. Me. We are a block from the hotel right now. We're stuck in traffic. I'm tempted to get out and walk. I wish I could just fly to you. HSBF. Absolutely tragic. Me. So tragic. Did you find your outfit for the wedding? HSBF. Yes, and I've already tried it on. Sam took pictures. I'm sending them to you now. Me. Bless my Taylor. And I'm just going to walk because you look absolutely animal in that. Blue is your color. I don't even think alterations will be necessary. Your ass looks extra delicious. It pops. HSBF. Sometimes I worry about you. Remember, teenagers could be reading this. Me. Don't. And of course I remember because I'm not vividly describing in graphic detail what I want to do to you as soon as I make it to the room. HSBF. I appreciate that. Me. Also, I should probably mention, before I'm doing the things that we don't want the kiddies to know about in 10 minutes, that we no longer have to meet the person from the New York Times Monday, which you know means more time to rip off your clothes, or you rip off my clothes, between my mandatory business meetings. Me. It's probably going to be that way because you have the super strength, and you can, split a log with your bare hands. Did I ever tell you how hot that was? I wanted to climb you like a tree. HSBF. Please remember we have a 16-year-old voyeur. Me. Probably more than one. Mission Control and the Princess Genius have bonded. They're probably best friends now, so he's probably helping her read these things. HSBF. How did they even meet? Me. I'm not even sure. I think Benji was involved. Maybe. It doesn't matter because the 36 questions that lead to love interview is dead. HSBF. Really? Me. Yes. HSBF. How did that happen? I thought you said she was now impervious to cookie baskets. Me. As well as $10,000 shoe baskets. However, Friday sent her the clean version of our answers for her to approve. The next thing I know, the interview was off. In response, I sent her the champagne gift basket and the chocolate truffle gift basket. HSBF. But how did that get her to change your mind? Me. She told me that even the cleaned-up, censored version of those answers were more than she wanted the public to ever know about me or my boyfriend. Her job is to manage my image, and this was not how she wanted my image to be managed. HSBF. I thought she wanted to make you look more human? Me. Yes, but apparently not that human. HSBF. Really? Me. Yeah, maybe Friday didn't scrub the answers as much as she should have, and now Jane thinks that you're actually former S.H.I.E.L.D. She doesn't want to expose you. I decided it was best not to clarify since technically you are a former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. HSBF. Why did she automatically think that? You didn't have your friend make me a fake S.H.I.E.L.D. file. Me. Did I ever mention that Jane Barnett is a former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent herself? Jane Barnett is not even her real name, just the one she's using in her post-S.H.I.E.L.D. life. HSBF. How can that be? She was working for you long before the agency collapsed. Me. Because she left before the agency collapsed because it just got too much for her. However, because of her being former S.H.I.E.L.D., Jane can kind of tell when somebody is lying for national security reasons. It's why she's so good as my image manager. She was S.H.I.E.L.D. PR first. Me. By the way, she's not Hydra. She passed the polygraph 3 times. HSBF. That's good to know. Although that does explain why she lasted so long. Me. It takes a special type of person to clean up the murder bot fiasco. HSBF. Where are you? Did you really start walking here? Me. Elevator, actually, because I did get out and walk. Happy can just take his time parking the rental because somebody didn't want to use a car from the hotel. I can't wait that long to see you. HSBF. I'm glad you're almost here. Me. I am too, and I probably should stop texting you because I sort of just ran into the elevator door. It's the nervous energy. I miss you so much. Only like another minute until I get to kiss you. HSBF. Actually, a little longer. The counselor is waiting for you in our room. He wants to talk to you. Me. Your boyfriend almost kissed me before he realized I wasn't you. I'll send him back to you in a few minutes, unharmed, along with his present.